Hello and welcome to the science fiction rating system.
Where'd you quote?
Sorry?
What'd you quote?
That was it.
Sorry,
I'll start again.
Yeah, sorry. Hang on, he's just
gone off?
He's pissed him off.
He's so angry, he's turned it off. He's quit out. Did you turn it off in anger?
Got me out of there.
I literally just exit.
Did you just flip out? Throw it out the window?
Raged quit.
I won't ask you for a quote again, sorry.
Insert Matthew McConaughey quote here. Welcome to the science fiction rating system with me, Chris Redding. Hello. Alex Humphrey.
Hello.
And Sam Draper.
Hello.
Okay, so we're going to explain what we do here. We rate some science fiction films. We're going from 1 to infinity. So far, we've got how many?
119.
119 on our list.
That's a lot of films.
Yeah, and we add one every...
115.
115.
Sorry.
It's just gone up.
Yeah.
Down.
We watch some trailers and then you can listen along to our review of it the following week.
Pretty much every week. I mean, sometimes we have a
give and
week
take.
off.
Just sometimes we can't get it together.
We're only human.
We're
We
pretty
can't-
good though, normally.
Yeah, I think we're pretty good.
We've been on a good run.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We had a few weeks off for Christmas, but you know,
Yeah,
Absolutely.
enough, isn't
That's
it?
allowed.
And we're raring to go.
Yeah.
Yeah. My New Year's resolution, I know we did this last week, but my New Year's resolution is make more effort on this podcast.
Good. Well, thanks. That's good to
Because
hear. Yeah.
it's obvious to me that this thing is happening now.
It's been
Yeah.
2 years. You
was
finally,
too deep.
you finally
Like-
accepted it.
It just took 86 episodes
Yeah.
for Chris to finally give a shit.
Yeah.
Well done.
The
Okay.
chances of us giving up is
Well, you-
probably gone now.
You were just like, okay, all right, yeah, I'm doing this now. It's been 2 years. I'm doing
So
it.
I'm going to write my bio on the website and
Brilliant.
Right,
Good.
great.
get.
I'll
get
miss.
that all
I'll miss the
sorted,
old
tied
one.
away.
Have you seen the old bio, Chris?
Oh, someone's trying to call me. Oh,
Brilliant.
In the yeah. Oh, you are taking it seriously, putting it down.
yeah.
Have you seen your bio on the website, Chris?
Yeah. I need to sort that out.
Yeah.
I'll send you a
Yeah.
new one, Sam.
Okay.
Are you
thanks.
able to change the website?
Oh, of course. Yeah, definitely. I mean, I've been waiting about 18 months for you to send me one, so it's good that you've got round to it. I like this new Chris. Fantastic. Yeah.
Well, yeah,
On
this is the
point.
new me.
Yeah.
I'm dressing smarter as well.
Brilliant.
Good. That's good. Yeah.
I'm going for more waistcoats and buttoned-up shirts rather than t-shirts.
Wow.
What? Whilst recording the podcast, or just in general?
No, I'm in a hoodie now, but that when I leave the
Right.
house.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
Okay, so
Like when Phil Jupiter's made himself over. Is that the kind of look you're
absolutely,
going
yeah,
for? Yeah.
Good.
Thinner,
Good for
hopefully.
you.
Yes.
and less of like that sort of shitty beard.
Yeah.
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 And shitty jokes, hopefully, as well.
Yeah, and more successful generally.
Yes.
Yes. In everything in life. Yeah. Than Phil Jupiter's. Fair
Okay,
enough.
so this week we're chatting about Interstellar, which is from 2014. It's within our 4-year.
5 year.
It's breaking the five year. Oh, what is it?
Yeah, 5
it is,
years.
Yeah,
It's
breaking the
the cusp of the
5-year
5-year
minimum
thing.
standard that we need
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
film of it reaches a sufficient vintage for us to review it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You've got to let it mature a bit.
Yeah, you've got to
Absolutely.
not just be sitting there going, "Oh my god, these effects are so good." You'd be able to go, "Oh, these effects are quite good." You know, it's got to be like that.
We've got to be one generation of effects away.
Yeah, basically, that's how I feel about it. I think.
And also, it stops things like if we watch Mandy right now, I'd be like, it's number one with a bullet. But in 5 years' time, I might change my mind. You know?
Yeah, fair
Absolutely,
enough.
yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Cool. So this is Chris Nolan's Interstellar.
Wah! I'm just making a Chris Nolan noise.
Sorry.
That's that Chris Nolan noise.
Okay.
You know. Wah!
Inception, though.
Yeah, but he does it on all the trailers, doesn't he?
No, I think that's more Hans Zimmer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I won't do it again. Sorry.
Yeah. Written by him and Jonathan Nolan as well, who wrote this. Now, had any of you seen this before?
Never.
Yes. Never.
Interesting.
I saw it in IMAX at the cinema and never again since then.
Wow. It was shot. Some stuff was shot on IMAX on certain cameras, wasn't it? For this, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. He always shoots things on 35 with anamorphics, and then sometimes he punches up to the IMAX.
Have you watched the IMAX version this time? Because
I don't think I did. Is it different?
Watching it at home on TV, it's weird because the black bars go away on the TV.
I wonder why they kept going away.
Yeah, those are the IMAX shots.
Yeah.
It's quite interesting watching them. It does look bigger, doesn't it? Even at home, it's quite
funny.
strange.
Oh,
Yeah.
The thing is, I like the really wide. I don't like the up and down.
Long.
that you gain.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
CinemaScope.
Yeah. Because all
21.9.
you're gaining is like headroom and at the bottom.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
True.
So, initial sort of thoughts.
Well, I remember this coming out, and I remember everyone going absolutely,
Ape shit.
yeah, well, batshit, I guess, batshit crazy about it, saying it was the best film ever, so amazing effects, everything's brilliant. So I had quite high expectations.
Well, Nolan
but
was riding high, right?
yeah, he was.
Yeah, this is after Dark Knight Rises, this, isn't it? His first film after Batman.
But equally, because it has been 5 years, I had a bit of kind of, I wasn't... It's not like when you watch the films when everyone's raving about it. I had a bit of perspective on it. So I had quite high expectations for it.
My feeling at the time, I remember people not being like that.
Oh.
I remember a lot of pre-release hype. I remember it actually hitting quite sort of... people not being as into it. And also, I was kind of... Because Dark Knight Rises was awful, I was a bit worried.
Is that
Too fucking long.
Which one was that? Is that the third one?
The Bane one.
Yeah, that was awful. Yeah, that was awful. Yeah. Do the whole thing like that. Do the whole podcast like Bane. God. Yeah.
He always commands quite a cast, doesn't he?
He does, yeah.
I would say it's a problem of this film, but we can get to that.
Okay. He started life as a like corporate filmmaker, Chris Nolan.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he'd been had this idea for the script since he was a child, hadn't he?
Yeah, quite an inspiration to myself. Yeah, so let me just get up the notes. Right, so we start life in a world, but it's not as we know it.
Jim.
It's ambiguously shown that it's been an apocalypse of some type or war.
It's an interesting start because they do kind of feel like it is now, but it's obviously not now. But subtly by what people say and not a kind of really heavy-handed voiceover.
Using the talking head interview technique.
Well, yeah, right. Straight in here, I had a huge problem with that.
Why?
I found it fucking stupid, to put it. I didn't understand why those talking head things were there. This is a huge Hollywood, big budget film. But I'm not going to be convinced by some people I don't know.
You don't like documentary style?
I like documentary style, but don't make a documentary style with Matthew McConaughey, Matt Damon, Jessica Chastain, Michael Caine. Those
Strange rules.
It's very odd. But don't try and make me think something's real and then cast literally the A-list of Hollywood in your film. I do not believe that's real anymore because I know all those people. So I kind of didn't understand why we were seeing these talking heads, and then there's Matthew McConaughey, and I was like, oh, is this a faux documentary? Is it going to be like that all the way through? Is it like When Harry Met Sally? Like what? I didn't get that as a concept.
But also, it's not all the way through, is it? So, why?
Yeah, it's only just at the very end again.
Yeah.
As a weird loop around. Yeah, I didn't get why they did it at all. I found it it jerked me, because I was kind of like, I like how I don't know what's going on, but then that jerked me out of... I was like, what?
It's an odd choice, yeah.
Yeah.
I can't say that I was as opposed to it as you, though.
Oh,
I've not got the rule about actors in films, but...
Yeah, so... we get old people talking on video about how the world's gone wrong and the crops are failing. We get a little shot of McConaughey used to be a pilot, but now he's a farmer.
Everyone's a farmer.
Sorry?
Everyone's a farmer, aren't they?
Everyone in this part of the world are.
Yeah, yeah.
Even if they had prior lives. Crops are failing. Yeah.
Yeah.
We see little things about, like, they go to, I'm skipping ahead slightly, but the baseball game, the New York Yankees are playing in this shithole little baseball game.
Yeah.
I love John Lithgow as well.
Oh yeah, he's very good in it. Yeah, he's good.
Yeah. Indian Air Force drone they bring down.
Yeah, see, I can understand. I know I wasn't supposed to kind of understand everything, but I didn't really understand what that drone bit was about and why he could control it with a computer.
They're trying to show something, geopolitical's gone on. He's obviously got aeronautical experience or whatever.
Okay.
But,
I really like that the sort of world building they do here, that kind of stuff, of where, you don't need the visual cues are enough to go with it, aren't they? And it's kind of, I think it's shot. I like the way Matthew McConaughey acts it as well. That you buy it, don't you? I bought it anyway. This whole like new sort of world and how it's. Yeah. It felt very like how you can imagine it going,
Yeah. And how America isn't like, hasn't got this overriding federal government or.
Yeah. I mean, they've got. I was going to say that the idea I liked was that there's no spirited adventure anymore. They don't. They don't care about exploring.
Where they went to the parents' day, and they say that his textbook is not taught anymore.
Yeah.
That, I mean, for me, I think that is because I know a lot of like conspiracy theorist people who deny like the moon landing and things like that, and I've had some very interesting conversations with some nutcases. Like this sort of thought actually is quite big now.
Yeah.
And it's got to the point where it's kind of like the pyramids. We've got so far away from when they were built that people think aliens did them.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, they did.
Yeah. So we get a little bit of messing around. And then there's this whole ghost sort of side plot, which I struggled with when I first saw it. I was like, what the fuck is going on here? Like, ghosts now?
Yeah.
It's muddled for me, this thing, but I know. Yeah, I kind of can think of a way to explain the muddledness of the themes and things, but
I think that having obviously seen Inception before seeing this film, you're kind of willing to go with it a bit.
Yes.
Like, something's not quite right, and that's fine because Inception was good.
Yeah.
I agree.
Later on in the film, I might change my view, but definitely at the start, you're like, well, all right, there's something else at work. Let's stick with it.
There's about a 10-minute sequence from where they find coordinates from the patterns in the
ghost dust. Yeah.
Ghost dust.
There's about 10 minutes there of mental sort of information that we gain and have to take in and completely go with. Otherwise, the film doesn't work.
Yeah.
The flippant sort of, we're NASA. Welcome to NASA.
Yeah.
And the wall rises away and there's a fucking rocket.
Yeah.
And
square robots.
I love the robots, by the way.
It gets a bit Roland Emmerich at this point, doesn't it?
It's very Roland Emmerich, and also it's just so
not in a Roland Emmerich style, though, right?
No. But that whole concept, and like you say, you've got to buy
There's
into it.
There's a lot of fucking ground to cover here, right?
There's so many famous people as well. It's just that table. It's just everyone.
Alex is there just going.
It just annoyed me. I was like, for God's sake, like, all right.
To be honest, this bit I get your point here that it is a bit drenched in stars, isn't it?
Yeah,
a bit of sort of like it's hard to.
Yeah, I mean, some people like bloody what's his face who's in it, and he's barely even in it. Where is he? Because he is famous enough.
The old bloke.
No, where's Bentley? he's quite famous, and he's got a very small role in this film. But it's like
There's lots of secondary, quite famous people in
yeah,
this.
exactly. And it just was a bit. Yeah, I didn't like.
They were just
that,
fucking
but-
queuing up to be in it, basically, mate. So.
Yeah, no, that is obviously what it is.
Doesn't mean you have to cast them though.
Yeah, I know.
No. But yeah, it's a funny idea that basically NASA has been in secret carrying on its research, funded by who? Themselves or no? The government.
There was a line where he pays his taxes. Where's the money go?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. To NASA secretly. Yeah. Okay.
But I don't see how that. Where's the economy? Where's the factories to build all these things? Where's all the?
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's sort of, and also earlier on in that scene in the scene going back at the school, he does this big speech about MRIs and how that would have saved his wife who had them. But why did we get rid of MRI machines? It's an odd thing to specifically for us to have got rid of.
I know the line, but I'm trying to remember what he actually said.
Yeah, he says. Well, I actually wrote it down.
I think though, like you say, Chris, to get to the meat of this film, which is this big space expedition, they've got to cram this shit in fast, and they can't explain it because to explain it would take days, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
There's so much to get through. You can't expect
let's just
them to
have
understand it.
Michael Caine voiceover and a montage of NASA with some lovely Hans Zimmer.
Yeah.
Boom, boom.
I mean, it is an amazing soundtrack. I'll give you that. I thought the soundtrack was really good in this. It was a good soundtrack.
So
It's all right.
Oh, I liked it. I thought it was great. Yeah.
It's a bit derivative of Hans Zimmer, isn't it? Though it's just Hans Zimmer with a church organ.
Yeah, but
they recorded that in a church near me. It's fucking brilliant.
oh wow. So the teacher says we don't want to repeat of the excess and wastefulness of the 20th century. Then we need to teach our kids about this planet, not tales of leaving it. And McConaughey says, one of those useless machines they used to make was called an MRI. And if we had any of those left, the doctors would have been able to find the cyst in my wife's brain before she died instead of after. And then she would have been the one sitting here listening to this instead of me. But it's a weird machine for us to have stopped making. Like, of all the machines that we stopped making, fuck those MRIs, who cares?
Stop making it. I think he's saying that because we lost the bit. We had a war, and we can no longer afford that.
MRI. Okay,
it's a
all right.
different
Yeah,
sort of world.
Your explanation makes more sense. Thank you.
I mean, the whole message of the film is keep exploring, isn't it? Keep challenging yourself. Keep. I think that's to me what I got from it. Keep on. We've got to keep on looking out there and keep being progressive. And so that's just an example of how we weren't progressive, and that's why we burnt all our crops and lost MRI machines.
I think this is particularly pertinent now, which probably wasn't when it came out.
No,
is
I agree,
how the fake news sort of
anti-vaxxers,
idiots are in control again.
Definitely,
Yeah, that message in this film is an interesting and pertinent one. That's one message.
Yes.
They're a caretaker. There's so many fucking things that they try and touch on, though, theme-wise, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that theme helps that it's not delivered by a harp string back down the back of a wall. So,
so we kind of get to the point where it's explained what the rub is. The planet's fucked.
Yeah.
There's a wormhole opened up near Saturn.
That someone has placed there.
Something or someone has put there.
Yeah.
and that was a long was that 50 years ago or something? It's a while ago.
Yeah, 50 years ago.
Yeah.
They've sent people away. They've sent a group of people through it.
Yeah.
They flippantly point to their portraits, not really showing you that one of them's Matt Damon.
Yeah.
And then they go, we need to send the big ship with the
Well, they've got two plans,
colonisation.
haven't they? They've got two
there's
plans.
This plan A, plan B thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Plan A is turn where they are into a spaceship, solve gravity, and take off the whole facility and go and populate a planet with the humans that are on Earth. And Plan B is here's a load of fertilised eggs, take them to a planet, and then there'll be new humans. And both plans are obviously going to work.
But as Michael Caine says, problem there's a problem of gravity.
Yeah, big problem
And
with gravity.
There's this very sort of, obviously they can't go too deep, and that's kind of the falling down of the film in the sense of they have to do a light touch on all this science stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it really like skims across the top of so many different like scientific disciplines.
Yeah.
I am kind of left behind.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't...
Go on, sorry.
No, I was going to say, it's not like Contact, which was very clear about... With Contact, it took kind of one idea and it played that idea out. And okay, there's the stupidness with the machine and all that stuff. But the idea of,
but there was one task there.
Yeah, there was the messages, and the message comes back, and that was what it was about. And it was science-based, and I like that film. I think it's a really good film. Here, you're right, they kind of have a lot of ideas and a lot of real science. I'm doing air quotes, but it is supposed to be real science, isn't it? I mean, it was all written. It was based on someone's theories.
Based on real stuff, but I think there's a lot of gubbins in there. Like this whole idea is like the other side of this wormhole is 12 planets. Was it?
Yeah,
and it gets very confused in the way they explain it, and I think it could have been pared down a lot. And said the other side of this wormhole is another system with a couple of planets. Why is there 12 and then we only see 3, or there's a planet going round the wormhole at the other end, and that would be impossible for anything to live on. Like it,
I think it's like you say, it's too many ideas at once, and I think for me, there's one idea in particular that really stands out as good, and the idea of like the different time lapses, time moving at different time periods on planets and stuff like that. That's a brilliant idea.
Yes,
that's a film in itself, isn't it? Like you can make that into a film.
Absolutely.
And so, it's lost in all this, isn't it? But yeah,
so well, we're at the 45-minute mark when he leaves, and we haven't really had any sci-fi yet. We've had a load of people walking around in rooms talking, and some ghosts,
and a robot, a robot.
I love the robot. I fucking love the robot.
Yeah, the robot's brilliant. Well, and what
I love the line delivery on the robots, how they talk.
Yeah, they're based on. I read they're based on the thingy. Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Yeah, they're based.
Marvin.
That kind
they're
of
a little bit sort of
personalities,
melancholy.
but no. The robot I thought was really clever because obviously I hadn't seen it, and when you first see the robot, you think, "What a fucking shit design for a robot! That is ridiculous. It's slow. It doesn't make any sense. Why would it be square? Like it just looks terrible." But then obviously later on when you see it, it's amazing. And I think it was
Transformer.
Yeah, it's all practical. It was all a puppet. A lot of it.
There's a great making of how they show like an actor is behind it.
Oh wow!
And so it's kind of got realistic movements.
Oh, that's cool. Okay.
Also, the role of the robot in the film is really refreshing as well, isn't it? Like it isn't.
They're the most human ones out of them, probably.
That's true. Yeah.
But as you said, Sam, what I really like about this film is like there's a hard realism to like this strange quantum effects of space travel, and it's probably the only film I can think of where they've like really spelt that out in how severe and unsolvable that is.
It's it's the sort of, I think we'll probably get more because it's such a, like you say, like quantum theory that has trickled down into like hard sci-fi books, and this is the first example of a big blockbuster budget looking at some of that fiction and applying that to a film, and it is really interesting to see. But again, I think the reason we haven't seen it again since is, like you say, film is not the medium to do it in because it is so complicated, isn't it? That it's biting off more than it can chew in a way, isn't it? I think.
Yeah. I mean, Nolan, like what is laudable is like how, in same with Inception, he is getting these sort of ideas across into a mainstream big ass movie, which I haven't seen since, and I'm not sure we'll see again.
Yeah, it's commendable, but is it good? Is a different question,
Yeah.
isn't it? That's the
Yeah,
thing.
I mean, I'm just
Yeah.
thinking about like the morons that normally go to Odeon having to
Totally.
think about something that they
Exactly,
wouldn't normally
yeah.
have to think about.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's
Yeah.
definitely laudable.
No
yeah,
offence to
definitely.
the people that go to the Odeon.
Other cinema chains are
Yeah.
full of idiots as well.
Yeah. So then we get up into space. They do all the normal sort of. You have to do a docking sequence, don't you? That's standard.
Yeah, nice.
Standard
Nice bit of
practice.
spinning.
Yeah.
I love the spaceship. I love everything
Yeah.
about it. I
Yeah,
love
all
how
that stuff looks really good. I give it that.
It looks great. Looks very 2001
Yeah.
in a good way.
And it captures the way the look of that very like severe light that you get when you see NASA shots
Yes.
of space.
Yeah.
The white, the
And
clean
it
white.
should. And if you see the makings of this, like the miniatures they made are fucking huge. They're incredible. Like,
Yeah.
it's. I mean, I'm just looking at it. I mean, the set and it's very. There's a lot of work.
It
gone
looks
into
very nice, and the
Yeah, it
effects
looks
look really
amazing,
nice. Yeah, I can't take from that.
Okay, so then they go to sleep and they head towards Saturn.
Yeah.
I think that's for another couple of years or something, 18 months to get to Saturn.
Yeah.
And then they pick up their messages when they come out of the sleep, when they're nearly at the wormhole in Saturn.
Yeah.
At that point, McConaughey asked the black guy, "What's a wormhole?"
Yeah. And,
Do you think they should have covered what a wormhole is in the prep for
do you
this
think they
like,
maybe
end of the world saving sort of
Yeah.
mission?
Yeah.
And do you think they maybe shouldn't have ripped off two other films' interpretations of what a wormhole is? I mean, can no one else come up with a way of showing what a wormhole is?
Well,
Seriously.
if you've got a pen and pencil, you've got a pencil and paper, you've got to...
So Christopher Nolan hadn't watched Event Horizon, and he hadn't seen. It's Armageddon, isn't it? The other one. I mean,
Isn't it strange we keep seeing this thing?
it's
this
so
one particular trope?
annoying because it's not a cool callback. It's not like you're referencing Metropolis or something. It's just lazy. It's like, come up with another way to show what a wormhole is, please.
Well, this is
Everyone.
why I'm not sure there should have been like an explanation,
Yeah, that would. Yeah.
a clearer, broader explanation of what the fuck was going on when they were prepping in NASA.
Yeah.
All I know is Deep Space Nine never put a pen through a piece of paper,
Yeah.
and I bought that wormhole fine.
Yeah, that's true. You love that wormhole.
Yeah,
I
but
do
that
love
was a
it.
two-dimensional wormhole. They were talking about three-dimensional one in this one,
okay.
weren't they? But you know, the graphics used, I think they really broke some ground in terms of visual effects in how they modelled the wormhole and things like that. I remember.
It's
Yeah, it's
beautiful.
good, yeah.
That kind of stretching, warping starfield thing
Yeah.
is beautiful, I think, yeah.
And then so they get through the wormhole, they just fly into it it wouldn't break the ship in half or anything. And then they get to where they're going. And then we start to hear about these planets. So now there's like 3 planets round this wormhole. Basically, the drip feed of information of the geography, I think, is really piss poor.
Yeah, like you say, they've said all these planets, but when they get through, they go, "Oh right, well we can only
there's
really
3
got
planets.
Yeah, we've only got time to go to these 3.
Yeah.
So we have to give up on all those other ones you kept talking about.
So what's all this bullshit? Like we were talking, like that's just
Yeah.
useless information.
Yeah, that is annoying. That's very annoying.
And again, like with Under the Skin last week, where that built a world that then chewed itself up, this has tried so hard to say, this is real NASA, this is real, it looks real, you know, it's expensive. And then when they start acting like this, you just straight away think, what are you thinking? You know, what's...
Yeah, why
About as
weren't...
prepared as idiots.
Strange, isn't it?
Yeah, it's really odd. It's almost because there's no... Obviously, McConaughey's supposed to be this amazing pilot, and they needed him and all that. But there's no explanation to what, like you say, why they suddenly say, "Oh, well, you're here now, right? We better launch." They don't suddenly say, "Well, actually, you've come a day before the crops are all going to fail" or something. Or there's no actual count. There's no ticking clock, is there? So you don't really know why they've rushed
their best
it.
pilot, and he was within driving distance from them. You think they would have picked him up, right?
Yeah.
Or sent
Again,
him
it feels
email.
very Emmerich again, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's a bit Emmerich. Yeah.
They've tried to work in the whole ghost told them where to go and all that, but I don't know.
No.
So, and this whole crap about, so he goes, what we'll do is we'll just, and he gets his little whiteboard out. He goes, we'll just swing round. We'll just go to the far side of this planet. We'll just zip in and out.
Yeah. We
Like,
drop in
well,
and
that
drop
whole
out,
orbital mechanics is just absolute gubbins. It's fucking stupid. Like,
And also,
there's no reason why it needed to be. That's my problem. Like,
Yeah.
why
Yeah.
isn't it just another solar system and the wormhole is next to the gas giant in that solar system, and there's a couple of rocky planets in the solar system.
yeah,
Well, that's because, though, it's a $200 million film, isn't it? And we're an hour in. You've got to have a set piece, and you've got to have the peril things, haven't you?
Yeah.
And they couldn't find a way to rectify that with the film they're trying to make, were they?
No.
That's the problem.
How does
It's
he?
like it's conflict button up against realism.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
But he's been out of the game, the piloting game, for quite a while. How does he even know how to fly this spaceship? To be honest.
Well, he's been doing drones.
Okay, he's been.
He's been hijacking drones
Yeah. Okay. All right. He's fine
with
then.
his laptop.
He can do this kind of thing then, drop in and out of whatever it is he does. Yeah.
Big
Oh.
time, yeah.
Yeah, but actually, this is the point where they introduce, like you said, I agree wholeheartedly,
Yeah.
both of you. The interesting idea is that time is as much of a resource as
Relative.
everything else. So you can't, and it's all relative, so you will spend time, and how you spend it here is reflected on what's going on Earth. And that is a super interesting concept that they don't really do enough of, but it is in here. And that's the kind of really interesting idea.
Yeah.
Because
There's an interesting episode of Star Trek Voyager where they go to a planet and it's moving through time really quick.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And it's really well done because this whole planet has like a space race to get up to Voyager, which is stuck in orbit.
Yeah.
Like we see it going from like Stone Age to
Oh, that's cool.
spacefaring
Yeah.
within the episode.
Oh, that's
but
really
it's only
cool.
literally been with like a day on Voyager.
Oh, that's really cool. Yeah.
So what is interesting about how they left what's it called? The Endeavour? The black
Endurance.
guy on the ship.
Mm.
And then
Is it Endurance? Yeah, it's
Endurance, sorry, yeah. And then what does he say? It's like 23 years. Like,
Yeah, 23
Yeah.
years pass while they're down. Yeah,
I love that sort of harshness of fact in this.
Yeah, definitely. This is my favourite bit of the film, without a doubt. That idea being introduced, and the planet's really cool to go down to. And like you say, like, because the way they sort of say it, don't they? Kind of like reveal, before you see him, they're like, "Oh shit!" Like time is passing like this, and you're like, "Wow!" You know, imagine being that dude up there right now.
And Wes Bentley dies on the planet. He
I
just
just
gets
love how
done.
Yeah, and they're there when in the planet they're stuck, and like literally every minute is another. You know.
It's it's such a great concept, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but I really love when he gets back and then he gets all his messages.
I would love
And you
that
just see
if they
like
hadn't.
whole lives have been lived.
I'd be
by his
fine.
family.
I don't like Casey Affleck, and I absolutely hate Jessica Chastain. I hate her, and her casting in this would just I mean, it's not
No good for you.
exactly a great character anyway, but it made it worse that it was played by her. But
Okay.
But yeah, I agree with you. It was a good
But
concept.
that moment where it sticks on McConaughey's face. I think that is quite.
It's a lot.
moment.
There's a lot of drama within this that would almost be a more like almost not saying ending the film here, but that kind of like you say that kind of harsh reality that you have missed your whole children's lives, and you've only been gone like an hour or whatever it is. You know,
Yeah.
that's a really dramatic, powerful piece of emotion that is almost. I mean, it's not pissed away. They put it in, but it's not. That's almost like that could be the centre of the film. It should be.
Yeah, not only is it Jessica Chastain, but it's also famous sexual abuse.
Yeah, Casey Affleck. Yeah.
Casey Affleck, isn't it?
Yeah.
Who also is a terrible actor. So
Yeah, they're
everyone
both
involved there is
awful.
pretty shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. So for me, I think that's quite a cool moment.
Well, also, we've just skipped over that whole water planet, which is fantastic, I think. Like those IMAX shots of those gigantic waves coming across and stuff looks amazing, doesn't it? I love the look of that.
But it's kind of like nothing's achieved.
No.
They go down. She doesn't even get the fucking flight recorder in the end.
No. And also, I mean, this is very, like, for a film that's trying to be a bit different, all this, like, their relationship, they're a bit bickery at first, but obviously he loves her, and, do you know what I mean? They're, we've got to save Anne Hathaway, like, and I mean, yeah, it's cool how the robot all transforms and all that, so all this is quite, I mean, I agree with Sam, they obviously just felt like we'd better have some action here, because people are going to nod off, but, yeah, it looks cool, but it's quite old-fashioned, and it's quite a cliched concept, if in an original, although originally visualized. You know,
I like the fact that, like, even though it's been 10 years, that the original people who had landed and died, the person that landed and died, it might have just been the last wave that did that.
Yeah, that's really clever. Yeah, that is really clever.
Yeah, so then they get back up to the ship, and then there's this whole bullshit about what planet they go to next. Whether it's the one who, what is it, Dr. Mann?
That she's in love with. Anne Hathaway's in love with one of them.
No, wasn't it the other guy, though? No, it was Mann, yeah.
She's in love with not Matt Damon, but he says they all say go to Matt Damon.
Man.
Yeah.
So it's Edmund, isn't it?
Yeah.
Edmund is the one, is that right?
Yeah. So her whole thing is...
She casually drops... do you know what Matt Damon's full name is in this film?
Oh, it's something ridiculous, isn't it?
Yeah.
What is it? Well, he's Man, but what's his first name?
Wolf.
Is he really?
Yeah.
Wolfman.
Wolfman. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Because he's Dr. Wolf, isn't it?
Dr. Wolfman.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and then there's this whole bullshit about time, space. They're trying to explain to, like, the moron cretin who is McConaughey he's just there to fly the ship. See, you know. But love transcends time, space, and gravity. Didn't you know?
Yeah.
And then
it's a totally weird. It's like, because obviously, because is he just like, oh look, she's in love with that guy. That's why she wants to go to that planet. It's like it's like they're in the pub or something, and they've said, oh, you know, like, oh, where do you want to go next? And someone's like, oh, I want to go here, and they're like, what? You just want to go there?
Like, there hasn't been detailed contingency planning for A happens, so you do B.
Yeah, and and I'm not saying if she's supposed to be this hardcore scientist, and she just does this kind of, I want to go see my boyfriend because I'm in love with him, and maybe that's the secret of everything. And it's like, shut up, like, that's dumb. The other place has got better readings. Of course you'd go to the one that had given
it's
back...
also where there's a bit with Michael Caine dying as well. Where there never was a plan A, it was bullshit.
Yeah. So
it was just plan B.
Jessica Chastain is still angry about her dad leaving to try and save everyone on the planet. She's mad about that because she's that fucking selfish.
Yeah.
So she's mad about that, but yet somehow she's a prodigy and works with Michael Caine to try and solve gravity in the
thing. And also
thing.
is involved with NASA, would know everything about her dad's mission and everything, you know.
Yeah. It's about this... Her getting a job there is about as realistic as the end of The Predator, where that autistic boy's got the job with the Predator. It's about the same level of like, oh yeah, give her a job. She lives down the road. Michael Caine, you're right. Michael Caine admits that he solved gravity ages ago, and the answer is, I can't. So it was all about plan B, but he failed to tell the astronauts with the eggs that it's all about that plan. Why didn't he just find astronauts who are a bit more scientific, who went, yeah, we understand that we can't do this, so we'll just go do the other one?
He kind of did for the first 12, didn't he? But then for this lot, they literally just, whoever drove up, they
whoever
saying
turned
that
up
a
at the
ghost told
door.
them to come.
They
let
feels
them
like
fly
that.
the ship.
Yeah, it feels like
literally
that.
the planet's resources, last resources must have gone into making.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's
we can't
ridiculous.
even build a ship like that now, let alone after fucking World War III.
No.
Yeah. So then they go to Wolfman's planet.
They're basically, the whole film turns into The Martian for about 10 minutes.
So then
I mean, like, it's been kind of dipping, hasn't it? But this is fucking awful, isn't it?
So they get down to Wolfman's planet, where he's... they open up his cryo tube, and a fat person comes out, even though he's been starving.
Yeah, and his robot broke. Just let's throw that. His robot broke. The only thing
you'd do that, wouldn't you?
Yeah, because you do that. The only thing keeping you sane, the only human interaction you have, you deliberately.
And
you
the
turn
only
that
thing
off.
stopping you from being killed and also waking you up.
Yep. That. That's not suspicious at all at this point.
Yeah.
And then they find out that there is only Plan B, and everyone gets
and he's
angry.
just been bullshitting. Basically, this planet's no good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh God, yeah.
and he just wanted to be come and rescued. So he thought, which is kind of an interesting idea, isn't it? Like if you're sent out on a one-way mission to send back information, and there's 12 of you, game theory wise, you just send out the most attractive looking information.
But again, though, like you'd think he must know what the missions ahead of him will be doing.
Yeah.
And so wouldn't he know that even if they do rescue him, he's probably not going to get anywhere anyway.
See, that's almost like a whole nother film that would be really interesting if we sent out. It's not the end of the world, but we send out a load of people to investigate, and the one that gets the most positive results, they just lied because they just want to come home. It's not they didn't find alien life; they just lied because they want to come back. That's actually a really interesting idea. But again, it's kind of thrown into this big bloody gumbo of stuff, all just these ideas and shots and famous people.
And we didn't need the planets around a fucking wormhole for it to be the time to move quicker.
No.
The whole process of moving towards the speed of light could have done the same job.
Yeah.
And what's Matt Damon's end game? Because he
just wants to go home.
but he knows that the Earth's dying.
That's what I mean. Like, what was he thinking? Who was expecting to come and get him?
Or what was he expecting to go back
mission.
to? But why is he going back to Earth? Because
I think he's literally just, he hasn't got an end game. I think he just wants to go home. And that's how most of them end up thinking.
Well,
But also, like, he's pretty comfortable there. Like, he's, fat Matt Damon seems to be enjoying himself all right, isn't he?
Ran out of food, though.
Oh, has he run out?
Oh,
Yeah.
what he
That's
needs
when
to...
He ran out of
right,
food
okay.
and then got in his sleep chamber and set it to...
Oh, of course, yeah, sorry.
He
yeah,
needs to learn how to grow potatoes.
But he must have ate all his rations literally within a week because he's fat.
Yeah. He ate them all in a week.
Yeah. He had about 12 years worth of rations.
yeah. Just pigging out.
And he just picked them all out and then just set his sleep. He just set his sleep thing forever.
Yeah.
Is that a deleted scene that we didn't get?
Fair enough.
You could just imagine sitting there. I could last 5 years on a tiny bit a day, or I could just have a blowout and just send myself to
great meal.
Yeah, just send myself to sleep. Ah, fuck it.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Believable, really.
Yeah, believable. Yeah.
And then he tries to kill McConaughey and hijack the ship and take the ship home.
He speaks in these ridiculously long monologues as well. Did you notice? He has these really big.
Well, they try and make him out to be like a pseudo sort of philosopher, don't they?
It's really annoying how he speaks. I mean, it's really annoying.
I think he comes over as quite NASA though, in a funny way.
Yeah.
Like quite arsehole.
They also keep referring to the Dylan Thomas Rage Against the Dying of the Light, and it gets a bit over the top by this point. You're like, oh, come on now. Yeah, we get it. You've read a poem. Well done. Yeah.
None of them talk very believably, do they? Really?
No.
It's all very
they're having
Hollywood.
to convey very like mental ideas, aren't they?
Yeah.
So what I didn't say, why this is all going on, we've got this whole sort of family setup of Affleck.
Oh, yes, yeah.
Topher Grace has popped up for no reason.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who's the guy who's like the doctor?
Yeah, Topher Grace from Predators.
Topher Grace.
Yeah. Who is it? Who's it?
He's in Predators. He's the...
Predators
Yes, he
is
is,
the serial killer.
Spoiler.
Wasn't he?
Spoilers.
Sorry.
Was he in a Spider-Man film as well?
Yeah,
he's Venom.
Venom.
Yeah. In Spider-Man 3.
Spoilers. It's terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's this whole story there. So she revisits her bedroom where the ghost was.
Yeah, I didn't really get all this either. Yeah, so Casey Affleck, is he abusive or was I projecting that? It seems like Casey Affleck is keeping them in the house.
Casey Affleck is. His character might not be.
But the character's keeping them in the house, even though they're all choking to death on the dust.
Well, I think it's
Isn't
all
that
going
it?
to shit, and the sort of yokel sort of mentality is,
Stay
just
here.
stand the ground.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So then Topher Grace goes out and burns the field so that they'll all
They
leave,
have
so
to
she can
leave.
get in the house to get to the ghost.
Yeah, it's all very dodgy. Yeah, it needs completely stripping back, doesn't it? Like to base this story and figuring out what the fuck is going on.
Definitely.
Yeah.
She discovers that the watches are linked in some way. Well, there's kind of a go on.
I was going to say, you've missed the thing that you could have used as your line at the beginning of the episode.
What was that?
When McConaughey docks with the spinning thing,
Yeah.
a robot, a very intelligent robot, says, it's not possible. And McConaughey says, no, it's necessary.
Necessary, yeah.
Yeah, which is...
And the robot, it could actually do the calculation of whether they have enough fuel to physically dock onto something.
Yeah, but no, it can't. It's not that clever, obviously. But anyway.
I kind of like these robots because they're kind of fallible.
Yeah, no, they're good robots. They are good robots. Yeah.
And that docking sequence I quite enjoy.
Yeah, I like that as well.
It's on YouTube. I sometimes watch it.
I liked it, but I did find what they did in this film was they did that thing where there's like Matt Damon climax, then docking climax, then ghost climax, then black hole climax. It just was build, and I couldn't be bothered to keep up the... Like,
it's just visually very satisfying, isn't it?
Yeah,
the way it spins and stuff. It just looks lovely.
Nice, yeah.
It's very,
And it's actually quite based in real world, I think, and all that. All the spacey type sci-fi stuff, I think, is quite... so...
Watches.
What do they decide then? They decide that they're just going to head back into the wormhole?
Yeah.
And drops... There's a whole confused thing of, like, they need to send some information back through the wormhole. Yeah. So they're going to get one of the robots to drop into it?
Yeah, because if he analyses the wormhole... and sends that information back, then they can take off because they can solve gravity.
Their sums.
Yeah. But what he doesn't tell Anne Hathaway is that he needs to go in the wormhole too.
Yeah.
Because he's heavy, or whatever it is. Well, isn't it? It's to do with the weight of the... anyway.
Yeah.
To get through the event horizon.
That's it, yeah. So, that happens.
Yeah. In my notes, I've written, there is another 30 minutes of this shit. Seriously, get on with it.
I'm just trying to figure out, because it gets very, like, muddled, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Because he ends up, like, in this fifth dimension.
Yeah.
So, like, if you've not lost enough interest by now, this is, like, absolute fucking nonsense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is where they give up on any science and just...
Well, I don't know. I like how it's really... It's weird science, and apparently, like, quantum physics and stuff like that. I mean, I've never really been able to understand reading books and stuff of it. Sam's probably better than me, but it gets very weird in the sense of it, like, shit gets quite...
crazy, very
strange.
Fast. Yeah.
And exotic in the way we think and how... And so I kind of like how them ideas are kind of put in, and there's these beings that operate in a multi-dimensional state, and time and space isn't a thing for them. So he figures out he can communicate with his daughter, and he becomes the ghost.
Yeah, I mean, the problem with it is, to me, is like that the way they show it is this sort of, it's like a labyrinth of bookcases, isn't it? And strings, and he's sort of floating around in it, and he figures out
the robot's there as well.
Yeah.
The robot's floating around somewhere as well, I guess.
Yeah, and he's out of time, as you say, in like a quantum realm.
It's in the book.
Which, like, I mean, yeah, like you say, it does get weird fast, this kind of thing, and... The problem, I think we mentioned another show before about how, for this to exist, for this to be a thing, for aliens that do this sort of thing to exist, we can't represent it because we haven't got the brain power to understand it, have we? We're never going to be able to look at this sort of thing and actually really get it because we can't. We haven't got the functions.
Yeah.
So you've got to find a way to...
And also we're using a two-dimensional cinematic...
Exactly, yeah. You've got to find a way to relay that to us in this sort of thing. I don't think you can feasibly, possibly, ever... shoot this in a satisfying way.
No.
You know what I mean? Like, it's always going to come across as hokey because the concepts they're trying to convey can't be understood in a way that isn't hokey. Do you get what I mean? Like, the reason those books are so hard to bloody read, and they are hard, like I've tried as well, is because it is so beyond us. So to make that a Hollywood version of that is, for anyone who is engaged in it and wants an answer or wants something interesting to happen, it's always going to look shit. You know what I mean?
And he makes that worse in a way because he implies that we created this fifth dimensional space, doesn't he?
Yeah, I mean that. Yes, and also like you can do it without like going to this whole thing about love transcending
that's
time, all sort of bullshit.
Yeah,
is a whole other level of being awful. But even before that, I think he's kind of onto a losing thing just by attempting to get this on film.
Yes,
I
agree.
Sort of
I don't mind the Tesseract bookcase thing. I mean, in how it's visually portrayed.
Yeah,
I think it's probably it's quite a creative and interesting way to show it, and I think they do show different phenomena in quite creative ways in the film.
Yeah,
it's just there's just too much. There's just too. It's like the last Batman film. There's too many fucking bad people in it. Too long. Too many ideas.
Do you get what I mean, Chris? Do you agree with that though? How
absolutely
how you couldn't. Like, you couldn't do it, could you? No one could do it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think it's possible to show it any better than what he's doing.
No, but I kind of like how they're attempting it and how they are talking about big ideas and they are saying, now, science is fucking weird when we get into this sort of shit. And I tell you what, that there's no way to get around it. There's...
Yeah.
So that's why I liked Contact, because, as spoilers, I like how in the alien encounter in Contact... it is almost so ridiculous and so trite that when she comes back and explains it, they just go, well, that's a load of rubbish, like, how ridiculous. And I like that idea that she interpreted it that way. I was just so, like, I was so angry at this point. I just wasn't even watching. This film, I didn't give a shit at this point. I was so mad at this film at this point.
I still think that Mission to Mars was the one that was kind of pushing against... a good way of showing it.
Yeah,
it was really deeply flawed, but I liked the way that was going. It was kind of
I see what you mean.
You know. But anyway, I agree, flawed.
I like how this is kind of he could come out of this at the end and explain what he's seen as we've seen it, and it kind of does seem like a bit of a nightmare, muddled, like a
But it just seems like he's been in a Christopher Nolan film.
Yeah, it was just all that whole like, tell me not to go, tell me not to go. But don't you remember that you left? So obviously you are going to leave because you left. So you're not going to be able to change. It just pissed me off. It just pissed me off. I didn't.
And it's not over yet anyway. We've got the decoder, haven't we?
It's not even over. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it breaks the whole the time travel rule thing, but you can't. Yeah, I mean I think it's interesting in what it does. But
interesting is the word for it, but just not good. But we get the whole bit after, don't we?
Yeah. So
then he wakes up.
He makes his way back to bed somewhere.
Well, he was floating in space for years. They kind of implied
floating in space for years.
Yeah.
Not just for years. I mean,
well, yes.
Isn't he in another galaxy?
Yeah. True. Floating in space with his robot, but he's fine somehow.
Yeah. Oh no, he must have made it back to our solar system, right?
He's on Saturn, isn't he?
Yeah, he must have been
around Saturn. Okay. Yeah.
And then they figure out. We've learned that they're in this massive space station, and they solved gravity.
Yeah,
you get the payoff of the documentary things, don't you?
That's shit.
Now we can just send concrete structures up into space, which would be wicked. It would save a lot of fucking around. And
his daughter's dying, but he can't be bothered to hang around for that.
They rip off Halo, don't they?
Taurus sort of space stations.
The cylindrical.
Yeah. They're wicked.
They are good.
Name probably. Taurus, I think, are the ones which are like that other Matt Damon one. Yeah, the Elysium.
Oh
yeah. Got a bad film as well, isn't it?
Yeah, so we figure out that his daughter saved the human race and pretty much everything's cushy now.
Yeah. So he goes off to bone Anne Hathaway.
So he gets in his Ranger.
Yeah.
And heads out. Is that where he's going? Or is that
yeah, he's going to find her because she's on her own as well somewhere.
Oh, right.
You get that dopey shot of her on the planet staring at the bus stop towers, don't you?
Yeah. Do you know that given that the film is 169 minutes long and cost approximately $165 million to make, That works out to be $976,331 per minute.
$1 million.
Yeah, $1 million a minute, pretty much.
Wow.
It is a long film.
Considering the first 45 minutes is literally in a farmhouse talking.
Yeah, maybe that was just...
Well, a lot of after that is just on the set of a spaceship as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, it's over.
I mean, there's a lot of like A-list wages going out there as well.
Yeah.
You're half
It wasn't.
SAG.
It made its money back, didn't it? I don't think it was as big as they hoped it'd be, wasn't it? But
I
it
think
made
Chris
money.
Nolan films, because they're intellectual sort of properties, I don't think they really ever reach your sort of your Marvel film levels.
I think Dunkirk made tons of money, didn't it? That made loads of money. That was a real smash hit.
And that was more flawed than this, I think.
That is an awful film. I mean, what this has taught me watching this again is that really, I don't think I like Christopher Nolan. I think I like the two Batman films and Inception.
I like the first Batman film. The first two Batman films.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, Batman Begins and Dark Knight.
Yeah.
But then, like, Memento's not very good. Inception's all right. This is crap. Dunkirk was awful. Dark Knight Rises is bad. Prestige is boring. So, yeah, I'm out.
Sorry,
Nolan.
Sorry, Nolan. We're not buying what you're selling.
Of Chris Nolan.
That's like the career of him. Oh, yeah,
of course.
definitely.
Yeah.
I'm not knocking that he makes bank.
Yeah.
And also, like, Legendary, which, they make loads of stuff, don't they?
Yeah.
And he's always stuck to his guns with, in the sort of quality side of filmmaking.
I bet he's fucking insufferable, isn't he, though? You get the vibe, don't you?
But ultimately,
I watched a few interviews with him having this week.
But
he seems all right, actually. He's not your sort of LA sort of arsehole like your Camerons of this world.
He's not as bad as Ridley Scott.
The Michael Bays of this world.
If this story was in a lower, cheaper film, we would pretty much just be mocking it all the way through, wouldn't we? I mean, the idea that love transcends everything, that it's all the flaws in the, like I say, the kind of throwing science in and then kind of like throwing it away again. Will you just be? Is it like smoke and mirrors? Is he just confusing us?
I think this film would be, if it was the same level, production value and all the rest of it, and literally they just took a pressure washer to all the extraneous bullshit.
Yeah,
I think it'd be a lot more successful.
But if it was the same script on a lot cheaper budget, it would be one of the worst films on the list, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, because I think, and conversely, if we were doing like
it wouldn't set out to make it.
No, it's true. It's true.
If we were doing like a technical science fiction rating system, this would be like top 5.
Oh, yeah.
Because everything about the production of it is incredible. It's
but
just
also the
everything else about
creativity
it.
of how they've approached to do certain things.
Yeah.
To tell the story, I think, in a creative sense, is good.
I don't know.
No.
Like, we need to show a wormhole. We need to show that, they've...
But that's
there's lots of
again,
ways
isn't
of doing things, but they've creatively gone about and painted some pretty interesting pictures. And
but that's the technical side of it.
It's the production design.
I think there's
the production side of it.
huge creativity in that. There's huge creativity in the design and the development of...
No, that's what I'm agreeing with you. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying that side of it is all brilliant.
But it doesn't have anything
else. It's the other
else.
side of it. It's the narrative and the choices made with the story and how they...
Yeah, we're talking about the larger scripting and the story element.
The acting. I don't even think anyone acts very well in it. I'm sorry. I don't think
anyone acts.
Well, no, I don't think they do. I think they're all playing cliches of their own, of what you think of them
It's
as a...
very hammy as well, isn't it?
Really
It's very
hammy.
like...
Well, stick some Hans Zimmer on it and everything can pass.
Such praise. I think he's hammy as well, though, with his church organ going on.
I did like the soundtrack, I have to say.
Fucking
But
good, mate.
yeah,
It's not his best score.
Yeah.
do.
Yeah, it's bad, and then the coda, like the end going into that stupid... When you find out what the twist is, it's like a real kick in the teeth. It's like you sat through all this bullshit, and this is what we've got to show you. It's like, it's like someone trolling you. Like,
Yeah. No, I agree. It was totally like that. Yeah, I think I even wrote down, because when he sacrificed himself, when Matthew McConaughey sacrificed himself, I think I even wrote down, if he gets saved by fucking aliens, I'm out, like that. And then he kind of does and he doesn't, but it just really annoyed me. It's just, it annoys me a film that's trying to be so scientific to kind of cop out at the end like that. Like, I almost wish there had been a more...
Unfortunately, with anything time travel-y, it always is a cop-out. It's kind of it's the same with Arrival. That was a cop-out ending because they can just go time travel.
Yeah. They could just watch Bill and Ted and then solve their script. Yeah.
Oh well.
Where does it go then? Because I think it should go quite low. I'm sorry. I mean, I'm thinking like, I don't think it was as good as... I mean, The Martian made me really angry. Is it worse than The Martian?
No, it's better than The Martian. I think about low 70s.
Yeah, because Stargate was more enjoyable, and that's 79, isn't it?
I quite
or 80?
like the idea of putting it one below Mission to Mars, which is 77. What do you think, Chris? I guess you're the biggest fan of this one of the three of us.
I think I wouldn't watch it before a lot of these again. I'd watch it before Event Horizon again, I think.
I don't think I would.
No, I wouldn't.
I mean, I do think the length of it really hurts it, because there are nice visuals. If it was an hour and a half, maybe I would stick it on every now and again just to watch the pretty pictures stuff. Well, like you say, watching the docking sequence on YouTube, that's probably the best way to watch the film, isn't it? In 5-minute chunks.
There are some nice little set pieces.
No, it is. Man Who Fell to Earth. That kind of, it is on that level of there's some good stuff in it, but
I mean, I'm not like emotional about it.
No,
it's I know there are some good scenes, but
good scenes do not a film make.
No,
unfortunately. So what are we saying? What are we thinking?
Yeah, low 70s, early 80s, definitely.
I don't know. I think it's better than like some of these in the.
It's better than Sunshine.
Oh yeah, it's better than Sunshine. Oh damn it! I don't think it's better than Mad Max though.
No.
Or Collective Invention.
Also, you think about the muscle and the money behind this.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean. I feel like we're just being tricked.
It's such a bloated.
I feel like he's just trying to
It's just a massive paycheck though for about 20 people.
Yeah,
but
it's like he's got a bad script and then it's like with a cat. He's got a shiny ball and he's going to look at the shiny ball. Look at the shiny ball.
Yeah, it does look amazing and all that production design is really good, but yeah.
And it's the problem with getting so big that no one can say no to anymore, isn't it? Because no one has come in and stripped the fat from it and said we can't do this. We need to cut an hour off this film. Yeah. They've said, "Oh, you're Christopher Nolan, do what you like."
Chris, this doesn't make any fucking sense.
Well, yeah.
We just why 12 planets?
Yeah.
And really, that is, we've got both ends of that, because like you said, Chris, no one else could get a film with quantum theory and this sort of stuff in it made, could they? But likewise, no one else could get away with the kind of bullshit he's getting away with here. You've got both ends of that kind of auteur spectrum here, haven't you?
He needs some no men.
Yeah,
you can't just have yes men.
But maybe, you know what?
Scott's the same, right? He's just surrounded by yes men.
And again, that's why, I know I haven't reviewed it yet, it'll be a few years, that's why the new Blade Runner was so good, because that ran that line so well. Obviously it made no money, but that was how that got made on that budget with that ideal is beyond me. But anyway, that's irrelevant to this discussion.
Maybe Chris is right. Maybe someone who isn't interested in this stuff watched this film and they thought about some quite heavy duty stuff, and that's a good thing. So maybe that makes it a little bit better.
I mean, Nolan did say, didn't he, a lot in the press that it was trying to inspire us to put more money into NASA, wasn't it? And to rekindle a sort of space race.
What's the point? If we just love each other, it'll all be all right.
Yeah.
Because the ghosts will come and sort it out.
Hold out and wait for the ghosts.
Spend all this money and then someone will just want to go home.
Yeah. Well, that's more realistic, yeah.
Or they'll just eat all their rations, 12 years of rations.
Yeah. Or forget to find out anything about the mission they're on until they're on the mission.
Yeah. Yeah.
What about 76? Moving up slightly.
What's that?
Which is below Spaceballs and above Safety Not Guaranteed. Or 69, which would be above Sunshine. I don't think it should go higher than mid-60s, really.
No, it shouldn't go higher than that. I quite like
those are floor films, but they're fun.
I quite like it.
Fucking Rocketeer is in 65. I mean,
No, that was all
It
right.
was good. It was enjoyable. Yeah. No, I'm all right with that. I mean, I'd like it to be below Star Crash, but it's not going to be.
66? 66? I'll take
Real
66.
Steel's
Yeah.
bullshit.
Oh, I love Real Steel. Oh, damn it! All right then. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, you've talked us
Can't argue forever.
Cool. There we go. 66.
Go listen to the Hans Zimmer soundtrack.
Yeah, no, you're right. I really did like the soundtrack. So yeah, you're right.
I think I might go and watch the making of, because I think I'd be more interested in that than the actual
There's
film.
some
If you're saying it's a
pretty
good one,
epic
Chris.
shit going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the robots were good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
Like they made the whole set so it curves up, and then they can it was on a big rocker, so you could use different rooms.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh, yeah, I think I've watched that, actually. That rings a bell now. Yeah.
Well, that's us.
That's it. Okay, so Alex,
Going
what's
to the
the
past.
contact details?
No, we've got to get to the past.
Yeah, let's
first,
fall
find out
into
what's
our
next week.
giant bookshelf and find out what's going in next week.
What's the Dust Ghost got for us next week?
In dots and dashes.
Hello again. We're back with our third and final 2014 film. 5 years ago. I've picked Under the Skin. Chris picked Interstellar, and Alex has picked
Predestination.
Oh, that was going to be my second one.
Oh,
Yeah.
good. Yeah, I haven't seen this either. Written and directed by the Spearig brothers, who made Winchester, which I quite like. That was a horror film. And Daybreakers, which is about a world where vampires are like the norm and humans are not, with Ethan Hawke. And this has got Ethan Hawke. And it's kind of... all I've written is source code meets time cop. It's a bit, it's kind of time travel-y, and he's like a time policeman, basically. But I remember when it came out and it looked interesting, and thought, give it a go. Why not?
Have you seen it, Chris?
I caught like half of it on the telly, and I thought it was really interesting.
Oh, right, okay.
Oh,
I've never
have you
heard
seen
of
it, Sam?
No,
Never
I
even-
haven't heard
oh,
of it.
okay.
No, so it's...
Cool.
Yeah. Right,
Let's
let's
go
watch the
trailer.
trailer. Yeah.
Deep breath. We're in 1963.
That's impossible.
I'm a temporal agent. We prevent crime before it takes place.
The Fizzle Bomber. His next explosion will leave 11,000 dead.
You can do this.
Right.
You have skills you've never had the chance to use, and I can give you that chance.
Interesting.
It's funny how the mask looks a bit like Time Crimes, with the bandages around his face.
Yeah.
It's funny that. But yeah, there you go. That was my choice.
Good choice.
I'm glad that Chris chose it as well. That's quite a good one, isn't it?
Yeah, I just remember it's particularly it's got some nice shit going on, that one.
What was your second choice, Alex?
Well, I was going to have Lucy, and I didn't know if Lucy would be allowed, because I
that's
didn't really know if
garbage.
it was science fiction.
That was my second choice as well.
Really? Oh, wow. Okay, cool. We all wanted Lucy then.
It's science fiction.
It's
Yeah,
science fiction.
I haven't seen that either, but I just didn't know if it was a bit tenuous.
It's rubbish.
Okay.
But funny rubbish, though. But
Yeah,
rubbish.
that's what I thought.
Anyway, I'm going to worry about that for a while, because we've got these 3 films to watch. Brilliant. So, next week, it's Predestination. Join us then. As for now, back to the present past. Bye. Bye.
All right.
Right, Alex, you got some...
Well, yeah, if you're a huge Christopher Nolan fan, email us at sciencefictionratingsystem@gmail.com and tell us and suggest some more of his films. Maybe we could slog through them. Or go to www.sciencefictionratingsystem.com, and then it's Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at sfratingsystem.
I like you, Chris Nolan, even if these two don't.
Inception's a good film.
Yeah, no, I like Inception, but yeah, I think he's Let's see what's he doing next. I think he's getting a bit bloated, and I think
What is he doing next? They don't know what he's next.
I don't know.
No, well,
Still dining out on Dunkirk.
get back to us, Chris. Tell us what you're doing next, Chris Nolan. Hit us up.
Dunkirk, that is the ultimate kind of like no one said no sort of thing. Isn't it?
Yeah.
I I've never been so bored in all my life.
I haven't.
And not only bored, but it was like being like hit round the head by a machine gun, wasn't it, for 2 hours as well? It was bloody painful.
It's just mood, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
It had no other, like...
And like Interstellar, it's got that cheese, isn't it? Like with Mark Rylance on the
big
boat
time.
and that stupid bit with Tom Hardy at the end. So like, oh,
That
God,
guy
gross.
just standing at the end of the pier, just saying lines every now and again.
Yeah. It's a fucking awful film. Anyway.
But, you know, it's like its most successful movie, that. Like,
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
If only we were doing the World War II rating system.
Yeah.
There's actually a good, really good podcast called, oh God, what's it called? I've forgotten.
Called yourself saying it
About-
later.
About war films.
Oh.
They watch war films every week. You'd like it, Chris, I think.
Hey, we could suggest one for them and they could suggest one for us.
Oh, Friendly Fire. It's called Friendly Fire.
Yeah,
That's
we
it.
should do a crossover.
Yeah.
Yeah, check it out. Friendly Fire. They review war films, and they're quite
Dark
good.
Knight Rises was $250 million.
But didn't it make $1 billion?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's nuts.
Yeah.
Because that film is an absolute bloated mess, isn't it, as well?
Oh, God, yeah.
And, like, throws away so much of the promise from the second one.
Yeah.
I think Dark Knight was 185 and made the same back.
That's a good film. That's that film was the best IMAX opening. You know that bank robbery? I remember seeing that.
Oh, yeah.
It was one of the early IMAX films, must have been. I remember just thinking, this is absolutely, like, you feel like you're in it.
And also you got Heath Ledger, which was pretty good.
Yeah. No, it's a good film. That's a good film.
Not sci-fi, though, I suppose, is it? So we can't...
No.
Anyway.
Okay.
Right, well, brilliant.
So thanks for listening. We've added another classic movie to our list. And next week we will be doing, I don't know yet.
Predestination.
Predestination, Ethan Hawke, more time travel.
I think you might enjoy that one.
Yeah.
I'm doing that one as well.
No, I'm doing that one.
No, it's
Are you?
Alex.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right then, cheerio.
Cool,
Goodbye
guy.
from Alex. Say goodbye.
Bye.
Sam, you say goodbye now.
Bye-bye.
And I'll say goodbye.